This is Tony Harvin. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'd like to thank everybody who's been, coming to the channel, coming to the lives. I appreciate that. Of course, I got to get my disclaimer. And by the way, I made a live earlier, but I decided to remake it. Remake this over number 41. We had some discrepancies on the video, so I just decided to just remake Live Conversations number 41. So my disclaimer is I'm not a pastor, I'm not a preacher, so please don't lay claim of those titles on me, because some people do call me that, and don't lay that on me. I'm not going to accept that. I'm just a regular brother, and if the Lord see fit to ordain me or in the future for to become, pastor or something, I'm good with that. But this here is Live Conversations number 41. Much love and much prayers to everybody, for sure. We back. Like I said, we had an earlier Live Conversations with some discrepancies, so I decided to, take an extra hour out of my day and to remake number 41. What's up? Keep holding this holy. That's what's up. Did I hear about Dave Chappelle? I heard about Dave Chappelle. I didn't watch the tackle, but I saw the aftermath on YouTube. I decided just to check it out or whatever. Could have been a stunt. I don't know. I don't know. But I don't really watch Dave Chappelle. All I remember Dave Chappelle from is the Clumps. That's it. That's Reggie. That's about it. When he was Reggie in the Clumps. So what up, fivefold? God bless you too. For my health, I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Street Disciple from Florida. Greetings to you too. What up, Jerry? Jerry Dixon, Jerry Merritt. My sister Shay. Levy says I was watching the interview Gino did with Jesse. That's what's up. Jared James, what's up? Del Morris. Del Morris, yeah. I decided to just do the whole thing over. Do number 41 over. Because of the discrepancies and things like that from that last live. So we back here. We're here to talk about love or lust. That's a great, perfect topic. I believe somebody mentioned that in the live conversations the other day, in reference to some people get lust confused, or they get lust confused thinking that it's love. So what's up? He said Stephen Williams. I'm not script. Oh man, he said he not script. Man, that's a good one right there. Everybody put the disclaimer when they. That's funny. That's funny. And Kenneth Brown, he says, when can I get some sparring? It depends where you at. I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. I go to the gym, Forum Fitness in Indian Trails, North Carolina. I do travel up to New Jersey sometimes. So it depends where you at, depends on your schedule. It depends, on various things. I don't know if your coach or your manager would allow sparring sessions, because some boxing managers and some boxing coaches are really strict with that. Because a lot of fighters is under contract and they just can't do certain things. So just let me know. What's up, JT? Hey, Flo. I know you're gonna get me. Flo, I know you're gonna get me, Flo. I know you're gonna get me, Flo. I deleted that last video. Like I said, with some discrepancies. I thought it was a person, JP or whatever his name is. I thought it was somebody I knew, but we got rid of that video. So I'm here with this one. Flo, what's up, Flo? I'm watching you, Flo. Gwendolyn, what's up, Gwendolyn? Sharon. Aaron, what's up, Aaron? I forgot where I got these this bull shirt. I know I had the black one on, the white one. Somewhere in like Clinton, Maryland. Hey Flo, listen, listen. That's your name for me. You know, Flo. It's smooth. Uh, what's up, Katie Jones, Joseph Levy? Keep holding this holy says the whole slogan, the LGBTQIA. Wow, they added some more letters to that. I thought it was like the LGBT community. You know, they added like what, three more letters. I'm pretty sure they're probably gonna add a little bit more on there. You know, you said it's destroyed. What they really mean is lust is lust. Levy says great topic. A lot of people are living in lust. I agree. Oh, you in Cleveland? Ain't that where Sean Porter is from? Sean Porter. I know Adrian Bruner from out there in Ohio. Rasheed Warren, Rasheed Warren. Who out there? Who else is out from Ohio that boxes? I forgot. I think I forgot the guy name. Tall white brother. Kelly Pavlik. Kelly Pavlik. I think he's from Ohio, if I'm not mistaken. Levy says, I don't understand how you can say you don't love someone, but yet you will have sex with them because of their appearance or what they possess. That's a good point. You know, that's a great point. But a lot. I'm not justifying. I'm not saying it's right. You know, but a lot of people, due to their hard-headedness, due to their deceitfulness and their wickedness, they see somebody that they like, they're attracted to, and it immediately catches the eyes. It immediately catches the eyes, and guess what? It manifests into a flow. It manifests to the other thought process, to our sex organs. You know, so some people just don't know how to get away from all that. In reference to, you know, they see a chick or they see a man, and they just so sexually attracted to them. There's a big difference. And I know a lot of people are dealing with that as far as like, you know, the lust factors within them. Some people are struggling with it. Some people don't care. You know, some people don't have lust factors. You know, very few. Stephen Williams says on this topic, is it wrong to lust for your wife, or do you think that's even possible? Listen, if you have a spouse, that's all yours. You know, if the woman got a husband, if the husband got a wife, listen, you looking at your wife, you be looking at your wife or whatever the case may be. That's your woman. You know, the wife looking at the husband, vice versa. You know, in a man type of sense, that's your spouse. You know, whatever y'all do in the bedroom, that's on y'all. You know, but that's for sure. The only woman, if you are married and you're a man, the only woman you should be thinking about is your wife, and vice versa. You know, that's it. So if you say your wife or your husband, whatever the case may be, if you got thoughts of them, that's the one you married. That's the one you committed to. You know, y'all took vows and things like that. I believe Gino preached on that, about the wife have the power over the husband and vice versa, or something to that standard. So that's your woman. You know, that's all you. That's your woman. Aware 75 says, God bless you, Brother Tony. Glad to join you today. Hey, hey Flo, you funny. JT says they down here in Texas marching and saying abortion is human right. That's a good topic too, to talk on abortion. Maybe some other time. Sharon says, thank you for posting, Pastor Gino. Jerry James says, has Pastor ever talked about the four horses or the four horsemen of the end time? I don't have that in my notes. You know, I don't have that in my notes at Jerry James. But Lord willing, if I come across it, I definitely will put it out. Joseph Levy says, what do you think of that Oscar Valdez beatdown clinic he received? Shakur Stevenson, you know, young brother from Newark, New Jersey, 15 minutes from my hometown. His grandfather, Wally Moses. I met Wally Moses out there at Elite Heat Gym in Newark, New Jersey. Them Newark boys, they can fight. They definitely can fight. They definitely can fight. That was some of the best sparring I ever had. You know, when I went to Shakur Stevenson gym, you know, back in 2014 or something like that. They can fight. Them boys can fight. So I already knew that Shakur, his defensive skills, he been had that. Shakur Stevenson, he been had those skills since he was little. You know, and Oscar Valdez is just like a come straight forward type of fighter. You know, he don't really have no defense, moving, slickness, or nothing like that. You know, but they say he landed the most shots on Shakur, whatever. You know, but Shakur got a great future ahead of him in boxing. What's up what's up, Tyler? Kenneth Brown says Sean almost had Spence. Blessed Tone, what's up, Sharon? What's up, Prodigal Son? Hey, Flo, you funny. Alright. Malik says, are you familiar with an underground boxer named Beeper? Also good work with the videos. I don't know a Beeper in underground boxing, but I talk to some underground boxing who does YouTube videos. Because I actually was going, you know, I think it was, I don't know, a while ago, I was going to get involved in that, but I'm like, no. You know, I didn't train for stuff like this. You know, I didn't train for, you know, to go out there and fight in backyard brawls and stuff like that. You know, but I never heard of Beeper. Del Morris says some people don't have self control. I think that's the problem. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. A lot of people, you know, they don't have self control. So you know, when their flesh rises or when they see somebody with some curves and hips or muscles or biceps and triceps, you know, they immediately wanna you know, have a head-on collision, you know, right there. So Derek Wilson says, yes, my brother, but if we learn to go to God and let him do what he said he will do, it happens slowly but surely. You're doing great. For sure. Thank you. Appreciate it. Rebecca said, you're talking to Levy. Erica Norris says spouse having lust can lead them to looking at other men or women. Yeah, true. You know what I'm saying? He says nothing. Prodigal son says nothing's yours, just borrowed. That's funny. What up, Vibrant Spirit? Jerry Murray says, bro, I look at my wife the way a wolf looks at a rabbit. Yeah, I mean, you know, that's your wife. That's your husband, you know, you justify it. That's your boo-boo stink, you know what I'm saying? That's your baby, you know? That's your sweetheart, you know? All right? Rebecca says, are you talking to Erica? All right. Naomi Hope says, are you good, Tony? I'm great here. You know, I'm great here. I just had to do this live over. I just wanted to do it over. Jennifer Collin, thank you. I appreciate that. Shadow Dancer, Nikita Robinson says, we back. I'm here to make sure everybody get to your nearest temple. Nikita Robinson, you definitely, you know, be on point with that. Knowing about the temples, you know, that's good. That's good. So JT says back in those Kimbo Slice days. Yeah, Kimbo Slice, you know, he really did it. He really set the tone for that. He just had a certain oracle about himself that, you know, he was going to be a superstar. So, you know, people like Kimbo Slice, and I don't know, it's maybe one other person who made it outside the underground fighting. But for the most part, I really don't see no growth in that, you know. Kind of reminds me of like Lionheart with Jean-Claude Van Damme, you know. All right. Was that Clavita? Clavita Carter says, good evening. Yes, you have to be careful who you open up yourself, bad or good spirits. That's true. That's that's absolutely true. It's absolutely true. Derek Wilson said, how do you learn self-control? And the answer to that question is focus more on your higher power. Focus more on God. Absolutely. You know, keep your mind on God. You know, Definitely. That's a true factor right there. Eleanor says boo boo stink stink. Oh yeah, I heard that term like years ago. I heard the term boo boo stink stink like probably like 2000 and maybe 2005, 2006 in New Jersey. You know, I heard that term. Heather says the devil put thoughts in your head. We must kick those thoughts out right away with the word of God. All right. Prodigal son says love lasts, lust dies. True. True. I definitely, you know. What's up, Tyler? Jennifer says you have to control your flesh. I definitely agree with that. You know. All right. JT says, man, I'm glad I got a chance to be in service this weekend with the Houston Temple. That's what's up. Shout out to the Houston Temple, Truth of God. You know, all the members out there, all the ministers out there doing anything. Erica Nora says, do you believe that you have to get a marriage license to be considered married? You says, like, what if I want to say my vows before God with my spouse? I believe in getting a marriage license. Yes, that's important. It's very important to get a marriage license, you know? Very important, especially for legal purposes, you know? Most definitely. Yeah, you have to get a marriage license. That's correct. You know, you have to get a marriage license. Obey the laws of the land, for sure. Janet Allen says, peace and blessings to you, my brother. I just wanted to see y'all views. Erica Nora says. Naomi Hope says, sugar bear. Sugar bear. Eleanor says, fasting gives you self-control, suppressing the flesh. For sure. Bless you too at Obi Smith. Bless you too for sure. You know. Naomi Hope says, I used to call my ex a wedgie. A wedgie? What is that? Where you get that from? Class act with Kid and Play? A wedgie. Tyler says, have y'all ever had thoughts that aren't yours and it makes you think it's your thoughts and vow you feel like you sin against God or worse, blaspheme? Hey Tyler, I put up a video. I think it was from the Greensboro event that passed. Gino was talking about that. Gino Jennings, he was talking about that in that video in reference to like witchcraft and stuff like that and the devil playing with your mind. You know, so you can definitely go to that video. He talked about that, you know, about when negative thoughts come to your head and you be like, wow, where these thoughts come from? I'm not like this. So it happens to me, you know, it happens to a lot of us. And I'm like, where did this thought come from, you know, or where that thought come from? So he definitely touched on that real deep, you know. The Journey says, hey boss, I appreciate you for uploading Pastor Gino Jennings. I found this video because of God's first, and you keep it going, my brother, for sure. I appreciate that. You know. Sandra Moore, what's up? How you doing? Rich Money says, can a man have more than one wife like some... What? Rich Money. Rich Money. You says, can a man have more than one wife like some men, I guess you mean do, or whatever the case may be? Listen, no. You know, I don't know, different religions and different cultures, they have different wives and stuff like that, but biblical terms, in these days, New Testament, some people go back to the Old Testament where I don't know, I forgot the person who had many wives. Somebody help me out there. I believe it was Solomon, maybe, I think. Somebody help me out there. No, in these days, no. You know, you can't have more than one wife, you know, in holiness. You know, when you're striving for God in these days, no. But in other cultures and other religions, they have, you know, numerous amount of wives. You know, they just can't get enough. They just can't have, they just have to have more than one, you know. So, what up, Emmett Spears? Nikita Robinson laughing. Yeah, class act. When she said wedgie or wedge, you know, that just took my mind back to the movie Class Act with Kid and Play and the bully Wedge. That's what that took me back to. Alright. Sandra Moore says, guard your mind. Adele, what's up? Intrusive thoughts, rebuke. I say, get thee behind me, Satan. Adele says, In Crown says, you say you get weird thoughts at times too. Yeah, it can happen, man. It definitely can happen. Prodigal Son says you have to focus on the most important things, like you says, like me and my daughter, I haven't engaged in the type of behavior in almost 6 years. For sure, man, for sure. You know, it's a definitely a big difference between, you know, love and lust. You know, because if you are really in love with a person, you're not sitting here thinking about, even if you're married, if you just get married for the wrong reasons. You know, some people, when a person asks, can you lust after your wife? You know, the question is like, did a person marry another person because of sex? You know, or did a person really marry someone because they was in love with them, because they are compatible with them, because, you know, the strengths of the other spouse, it catches up with the weaknesses of the other spouse, so that way they can meet up halfway, and one spouse could be more effective in certain areas of the household or in general, and then other spouse could be more effective in the ones that the other spouse is weak in. So it's a teamwork thing when you're dealing with a marriage. So, but if one gets married just for sexual purposes, man, that's definitely not a good thing. Absolutely not. Flo, Flo is laughing. Oh man, Sister Shay laughing too. Jerry Merritt says peace and love to all in the chat. Keep it moving forward, bro. Tony for sure will do. Absolutely. Aware 75 says Solomon had many wives and King David, which came with much problems. Yeah, man. Like I don't get it with certain cultures. They want to have like, I don't know, 10 to 15 wives and things like that. I mean, listen, I'm a boxer. I'm in shape, whatever. 15 wives, man. I mean, you must need a cabinet full of like a Excedrin, Tylenol, all that. No disrespect, but women, you know what I'm saying? Women, all those women, man, all those headaches. I ain't throwing shots, but man, that's a lot. That's a lot to keep up with. That's definitely a lot to keep up with when, you know, those guys in those different cultures have, you know, a whole bunch of wives. Most definitely. Chantel Garland says, I've been watching your videos for the past 3 days, and it has also helped me, you know, rationalize not having a desire to be active sexually. For sure. You know, thank you for the great words of encouragement. You know, and you know the people on here who interact with the live chats is greatly appreciated. You know, because people in the chat room, they also give out, you know, encouragement. You know, JT says, bro Tony, you are gonna have that fresh cut with those interviews. How you gonna set it up? I mean, it's all up to the cameraman, Ron Skoleski. You know, they doing all the setup and things like that. You know, of course, I'm coming in. You know, I'm trying to find out which suit I want right now. But it just basically, you know, how did a person come towards the truth of God? How did it affect their life? You know, just basic questions like that. So they want to get as many people as possible in the interview within that hour. So, you know, I'm pretty sure a person who's answering the question, they got to be like not long, because you want to give other people chances of giving their testimonies in reference to how they came across the truth of God and how did the truth of God affect their lives. You know, that was just that's just the basics of how, you know, the interview is going to go in July. Naomi Hope says, Jerry Murray, Tony Harvin, such a wonderful brother, huh? We love your spirit, Tony. Even though I get my attitudes, you still show respect. Absolutely. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. Prodigal Son says having a daughter can change the way you see and treat women. I agree. I definitely agree with that. You know, me having 2 daughters is, you know, you definitely see things different. Me, I'm overprotective. I'm definitely overprotective, and I know there's wolves out there. I definitely know there's wolves. I'm like, listen, my daughters ain't get married till they about 80. Till they about 80 years old. That's how I be thinking. All right, Heather Goldsberg, what's up? Goshenberg, you said one. I guess you meant marriage is enough. That's what's up. I agree. Lisa Moore says, Brother Tony, how do you respond to the people who know you got a divorce and now here you say I'm still married now that I'm walking in the truth, and they say you're lying? Hey, Lisa Moore, are you referring to yourself? Lisa Moore wrote, Brother Tony. I guess she's asking the question. I guess in reference to herself. She said, how do you respond to people who know you got a divorce and now here you say I'm still married now that I'm walking in the truth of God, and they say you're lying? Well, some people, they don't understand. I know the old folks, they understand the values of marriage even if you get a divorce. I know some old folks understand it, but a lot of people who don't understand the scriptures, like you say, if you're talking about yourself or somebody else, if you was married and then you got a divorce and then you hear the truth of God, and then you're like, wow, I'm still married, and then you tell other people or let other people know that you're still married, just break it down to them how it is, So just elaborate a little bit more. But some people still say you're still lying, not telling the truth, or some people don't believe in the scriptures or don't want to understand the scriptures. But if you go to like an elderly person, they know, they know, they know. That's why a lot of them are still married. Go to a person who's been married 40, 50, 60 years, who got some time in. But I would say don't even pay those people no mind like that. Don't even pay them no mind. So Chantel, he says, I believe the more I watch them, it's helping me to be more strengthened mentally rather than the need to want a man in my life. Wanting more. Am I the only one you asked in the chat room? JT says only 1 hour, man. One interview can take. That's how they want it, JT. That's how they want it. It's just because it's gonna be during service. It's gonna be during service, and me, I believe getting as many as people as possible in 1 hour. It can happen. It definitely can happen for sure. It definitely can happen. Naomi Hope says we ain't no headache, a pocket ache. Sometimes a wife could be a headache, a husband could be a headache. But hey, we all got our moments. For sure. JT says, so we're just going to have quick, basic, interview. Real quick, this is how I came across the truth of God. This is how it affected my life. I thank, God for the truth of God in general. Woo, 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 bam, done. That could take 30 seconds. That could take 30 seconds. Quick, because it might be hundreds of people lined up. Might be. It might be. Absolutely. So, for sure, you're welcome at least some more. DJ Daniel says, I'm 17 and I'm trying to get a job over the summer. Any suggestions? Depends where you at. Depends, the age limits. As far as like certain companies will hire somebody who's 16 or 17. Whereas though some other companies, they want somebody who's 21 or 18. So you got McDonald's out there, you got Burger King out there, you got Wendy's out there, Walmart, Target, Walgreens. What else is out there? Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A probably definitely would take you. What would be better, to work fast food or grocery? Well, me personally, when I was young, when I was 16, 17, I worked at McDonald's. I worked at McDonald's when I was 16, 17 years old. I don't know, grocery for me, don't take my advice as far as like where to work, because you might like working at a grocery than me. But me, I prefer to work, in a restaurant, fast food restaurant like McDonald's when I was younger. You just get more experience. Um, it could be more growth in working at McDonald's when you're young. It could be more growth. You can grow, but a grocery store is like mom and pop. There's no growth there. There's no growth unless the owner just happened to find a liking in you and just hand his or her, store over unto you. So Walmart would be good also. Walmart. All right. Prodigal son says, my pharmacist at work, she made fun of me because I haven't engaged in sexual activity in almost 6 years. I mean, that's good. That's a good thing, man. Naming host says, welcome to McDonald's, man. I'll take your order. It's funny. I ain't say that. Did I? I don't know. Tam says, absolutely, health is important. Absolutely, health is definitely important. So, love versus lust, or love or lust. A lot of people are dealing with or getting confused. Some people may have, they may like a person, and that's all they engage in is sexual activities, without really getting to know a person. You really got to get deeper depth into learning a person, knowing a person, studying the person, seeing how people are when they upset, or when they depressed or stressed, seeing it, finding out their strengths, their weaknesses. Those are the things you can absolutely build up to love, versus just seeing each other and getting a quick 5-10 minute thrill every day. You're not really learning nothing upon a person, for sure. Prodigal son says, almost got my hand all up in the cookie. Got you, for sure. Definitely understandable. JM says, some people going to want to tell their entire life story when interviewed. Yeah, but they gotta understand, like, it might get a little, they gotta cut it short, for sure. Especially when it's probably like hundreds of people trying to be interviewed. What's up, Monique? What up, Monique? Life with EH. He says Dr. Berg actually helps people. It's kind of remind me of the doctor Pastor brought out, Dr. Frederick Burton. Sharon says love is a very big topic on its own. Kila Walker says they getting deeper and deeper. All right. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, for sure. Image Spirit says a raincoat doesn't always protect you from the rain. I know what you mean by that. I definitely, know what you mean by that. So, just stay away from it. Just stay away from it, So, just really consider and, getting to know somebody. That's importance. As we talked about it kind of yesterday, So that's a good point. That's a good funny quote right there, a statement right there at Emmett Spears. All right, Mr. Ross, Miss or Mrs. Ross said, or M. Ross says, what about the ones that love someone but never lusted for them, or the ones that lusted after someone but never actually loved them? Let me see your question again. You said, what about the ones that love someone but never lust for them, or the ones that lusted after someone but never actually loved them? Well, that's a good thing if you love somebody, and you don't lust after them. But after marriage, the heat is on. That's your spouse. The heat is on. I mean, that's what it's about. It's about, building love, trying to build love. What's in some of the characteristics of love? Trust, caring, kind. And if you lust after somebody but never loved them, it's just a waste of time for that person, to the person who's being lust after. Because now you're playing with people's feelings. Because two people. It just could be one person lusting after the other. The other may think is love, But in the other person's mind who's doing the lusting, they ain't thinking it's love. They just want the quick 5-10 minute thrill, and that's it. They may placate with your mind. They may use money, sweet talk you, things like that. Women do it, men do it. So they might sweet talk you. They might throw a couple of dollars at you. That's what it's about when you're dealing with lust. People will try to do any and everything just to get that 5-10 minute thrill out of a person. They will really invest their time in it to try to get it. And once they get tired of you, guess what happens? You kick to the curb. That's it. They want to go talk to somebody else. They want some new meat, or they want a new ocean. You hear me? You hear me? They want new meat, or they want a new ocean. So this is the world we're living in. This is the world we're living in. It's very close knitted when trying to find somebody who's not about games like that. So let me go back to these comments. What's up, Gregory White? Gregory White. Naomi Hope says, all right, you talking to Chantel. JT says, am I right? Nikita Robinson says, boo boo stink stink. That's the hard truth. Absolutely. Absolutely. Tam says, this is why patience is important. People true colors eventually show. Take your time. We don't God enjoy your own company. Your spouse should be an add-on, not a dependent. I think somebody mentioned something like that. I forgot who was talking about it in reference to somebody that helped me out here. I don't know if it's you don't want a liability, and what's the other word? I don't know if somebody out there heard that quote, but I heard it on the radio. I forgot the statement. But it's in reference to not having a liability in regards to a person. All right, Aware 75 says Job Corps. It's from 16 to 24, and they will pay you while you get your education. Job Corps. I ain't hear Job Corps in how long? Years. They still got Job Corps out. You know what Job Corps is? The new Job Corps is Amazon. That's the new. That's the new Job Corps right now. Amazon. Naomi Hope says, he says, throw you away like a heart. All right. And Crown says, he said, do be the ocean. You know what I mean? All right. Naomi Hope says, do you think eating too much is a sin? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you gotta look at you gotta look at the factors. If a person is 5'2", 350 pounds, I mean, just look at the TV show, My 600 Pound Story. I'm pretty sure some of us out there who watch that story, My 600 Pound Story. Even when I worked at a mall in Jersey City years ago, and it was this mall complex called Hudson Mall, and I would see obese people coming out of Popeye's Chicken. Are they supposed to be there? No. They ain't supposed to be there, because now you're killing your body. That chicken, that high calorie, high sodium, high cholesterol type of foods is not good for you. And the more you eat it, guess what? You're more susceptible to catching a heart attack and things like that. There are a lot of young people out there who caught in heart attacks, who caught in strokes, who's a diabetic, who's on dialysis, and things like that, due to them eating bad and so much. So that's crazy. So we know we could die from almost anything, or whatever the case may be, but it's wise to know your body. If you're 600 pounds, I mean, that's just crazy. For a person to reach up to 600 pounds due to them eating so much, they're killing their bodies. Look at the rapper Big Pun. Big Pun. I don't know if some people remember him, how big he was. And it was stories said to, he would just fall asleep out of nowhere. having a lot of weight on you can really damage you quickly, get you out of this world quick. So yeah, I mean, I'm big on like eating healthy and things like that. You said heavy D. All right. Prodigal son says you don't marry a person, you marry the county and the state. JT, he says Amazon, the new job corps. Oh yeah, absolutely. All right. VEGETA 33 says, but I still wish. Oh, you said I made the biggest mistake of my life when I left Florida. I should have went back to the woman I loved. I ended up married. I married the wrong woman just to over her. Not saying that my wife isn't good enough woman. And you said that you wish you would have married your ex. And a lot of people are dealing with that. A lot of people are dealing with that. A lot of people, they married the wrong person. And it's crazy. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's tough. It's definitely tough, man. For sure. Definitely. Sharon says the Bible says love covereth a multitude of sin. Tam says, yeah, that's a lot to carry on the organs. Absolutely. Absolutely. Just think all that plaque and stuff like that gets into your arteries and things like that. Oh man, that's crazy. That's crazy. I don't know. Me personally, a little bit of weight. I don't like it. I don't like the feeling of it at all. I don't like it. Chantel says, yeah, I watched it and it actually makes me want to do better with my health even more. I actually try to think, what do they go through to get in that place? Some people, they don't see themselves getting big. They don't feel it when they look in the mirror. They don't think they get big because they see themselves. Just like when we see ourselves, we think we are okay. But when other people, if we were 600 pounds, we would think everything is fine. I'm feeling good, whatever the case may be. But when other people see it, it's a different ballgame. But when they start getting aches and pains in their legs, they start getting shortness of breath, their heart rate, their resting heart rate is over 100, and things really start to get serious. Their blood pressure is through the roof, So that's when, the heat should have been on. We should all start eating healthy and exercising and stuff like that, for sure. All right. Alice Ingram says, this is real talk here. I know many cases that say that they have married the wrong person, so make sure you are hearing from Jesus that until death, amen. All right. Tasha says, it's hard. Some people have metabolic issues. Where starving yourself, you gain weight. Flo says, food addiction is real. You said food addiction is real. It can be. It definitely can be. I like a lot of certain foods. I love Red Lobster. I do. I love T-bone steaks. What is it? Medium well. But I know I love T-bone steaks. I can eat that stuff every day. But I do know that it can clog your arteries and stuff like that quick. So my thing is, I'll probably have a T-bone steak maybe once or twice a month. But I love me some Red Lobster. I love Red Lobster. You said you better be well done. I used to like well done steak, but somebody put me on medium well, and it just tastes so much better. So much better, So dealing with lust and love is definitely serious business. Definitely serious business. Let me read some of these comments for sure. All right. Yeah. So when finding a partner, men for sure, in reference to lust and love, it could be tough in these days. You know, the internet, with all its temptations and stuff like that, guys, they look at the Instagram models and they lusting. They lusting like crazy, especially with social media. You know, especially with social media in reference to lusting. You see these Instagram models. They think these Instagram models got good person. I'm not saying they don't, but if you flaunt your body up there on Instagram, Facebook, MySpace, wherever, you know, you don't have respect for yourself. So if the woman or the man don't have respect for themselves, half naked and things of that nature, how they gonna respect others? How they gonna respect others? You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I recommend getting to know a person. Getting to know a person. You know, if a man or a woman, they just talk about how can I put this? I'm trying to say this in a more safe way. If sex just on a person's mind all day, every day, this is all they can talk about, or say a person may say, I just want to get married just to have sex. That's the wrong reason just to get married for sex. Now, if you get married for the right reasons, of course, sex or making love or however people call it, it could be it's an add-on in a marriage or whatever the case may be. It's beautiful, whatever. But if that's just the only reason that people get married, just for lusting purposes or sex, then it ain't gonna last. Because there's no core value in a marriage. The core value in the marriage is God, of course. Love for sure. You know what I'm saying? So Tam says lust turns me all the way off. That's boy mentality. I'm interested in someone easy on the eyes and who I can enjoy my time with, God fearing, and who makes an earnest living and knows how to save money. Absolutely, I agree. Emma Spirit says booty duty. That's funny, you know. Nikita Roberts, you talking to Popcorn, all right? You said it's crazy. There should be an age limit on all stuff. YouTube is crazy. I still can't believe it. Heather Goldsberg says you put a scripture up. You says you put a scripture up. You put Galatians up. You put Galatians 5:16. You says this I say then, walk in the Spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. Okay. Huddy Wells says I'm late. Hey Tony, I'm late. Prodigal Son says gotta meet the one that sparks the soul. Absolutely, definitely. You know what I mean? Definitely, one that sparks the soul. That's very important. I think I put a video out there when Gina was talking about like soul meats versus flesh meats or something like that in regards to relationships and marriages. That soul is definitely important. Versus flesh meats, definitely important. Levy says lust will have you in uncomfortable situations. Yep. Especially if you did it for marriage. If you got married, just for sex purposes. I'm doing good at Holly Wells. Naomi Hope says that ain't reading that. Alright. So about to conclude this live. I hope everybody have a wonderful day. I hope everybody got some type of encouragement off of each other in general. Much prayers, much love to everybody on this live for sure. Let me read this last comment. You says lust will have you in jail for 18 years. Yeah, that's a good point. Much love to you, Naomi Hope. So we concluded this live. It's about that 4 o'clock mark or whatever the case may be. Hope everybody have a wonderful, blessed day. Much love, much prayers. You too at Rebecca, for sure. you know, everybody have a blessed day. Peace.